Well, welcome back to your Faith Update. Glad you're able to be with us today. Thanksgiving is a holiday that, well, it'll be here well before we know it. And time is just flying by this year, even with all the craziness. I don't know if it's slowed things down for some, but for me it feels as though this quarantine and coronavirus has sped things up. Time is just flying by. And before you know it, it's going to be November and Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. And we always think about it as, that time there in November where we certainly enjoy some meals and stop and think about all we have to be thankful for. We know, though, that in our lives that Thanksgiving ought to be a practice that's done on a daily basis. And in James chapter 1, verse 17, the Bible says, "Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights." In 1815, before Thanksgiving had been established as a federal holiday, before it even had been pushed into the month of November, at that time it was a holiday that was just celebrated by communities at whatever time they designated. All throughout the year in the United States, people were having Thanksgiving celebrations. In this specific year, in 1815, the president at the time, James Madison, decided that he would make a proclamation for a specific day. And so in the second week of April that year, he set up a time of Thanksgiving. And in this presidential proclamation for this Thanksgiving holiday in 1815, James Madison said this. He said, "No people ought to feel greater obligation to celebrate the goodness of the great disposer of events of the destiny of nations than the people of the United States. And to the same divine author of every good and perfect gift, we are indebted for all those privileges and advantages, religious as well as civil, which are so richly enjoyed in this favored land." Isn't that so true? God has given us so much. And in such abundance, we enjoy favor in this land. He stated it as this, richly enjoyed. You know what, though? If we're not careful, even in the abundance of plenty, the abundance of pleasure, the abundance of comfort in which we find ourselves living today, we also can, by the smallest thing, be derailed from an attitude of thanksgiving. Where I grew up in Pennsylvania, there was a city trolley tracks, we called them, is the trolleys that went around for public transportation, and we would go down those trolley tracks. There were slow-moving trains, and we would put little nickels, pennies, whatever kind of coin you could find, and we would place those on those tracks, and it was cool. We thought it was neat how they smashed out, and we would, I guess, maybe even commit a federal crime by defacing currency. But the Lord has forgiven that, so don't worry about it. No, the thing is that it would smash those coins down. And I remember when we were talking about that around an adult sometime, and one of them said, "Hey, you shouldn't do that. If you put those on a high-speed track, you could derail a train." I don't know if that's true or not, but they were trying to make a point that that small thing could cause a big catastrophe. And you know what? It's the small discontentments of our lives that can cause great catastrophe. Can I encourage you today? Let's be thankful. We have so much to be thankful for. We just got to stop letting the little things distract us from the great abundance which we enjoy. God bless you. I trust you have a great day.